So, hello everyone, Myrmonden here, bringing you news about a new Gyaru manga. But there's one thing I know, there are Gyarus and there are Yankees. That's the thing I know, right? So if you love Gyarus like I do, you know, give me a favor, subscribe and so on. But anyway, we all love Marin, right? Our greatest Marin. And I have actually read my Dress Up Darling before the anime, right? Because I'm always on the lookout for Gyaru mangas, straight up, right? I'm like refreshed about the new Gyaru mangas. So today, we actually have a new Gyaru manga, right? Which looks awesome, because basically the main character looks almost exactly like Marin. And she's, you know, shows her panties and so on in the first chapter, right? And it's a rom-com, right? So seriously, if you like rom-coms, I love the first chapter here of this manga, right? And generally, if you like rom-coms, you know, very attractive girl, right? You know, kind of typical boy, put out this manga, right? But what is it about then? What makes it special? Well, what makes it special? What makes it special then is that she's 8 meters tall. So it's Attack on Titan meets Marin-chan. Like seriously, she grabs her boyfriend and can eat him a whole, right? So it's, yeah, she's like Eren, if Eren was a sexy Gyaru. But seriously, I think the first chapter was pretty good. Like, you know, because it follows the typical Gyaru tropes, right? You know, she's very attractive. She got the earrings, she got the, you know, some weird dyed hair and so on, right? And she's all like, you know, wearing, you know, short, people see her panties, right? It's like, oh, yeah, look at so, look at my big oppas and so on. Of course, right? It's a gigantic babe, right? And everyone can, you know, and one of her issues is that people always stare under her, you know, under her skirt, right? Because she's so tall. And obviously it's a little etchy and so on, right? But yeah, because she's a gigantic woman. And in one page, her kind of button breaks, right, with her gigantic OPPAI, right? She's like, oh no, it's so hard to make me clothes because I am the, you know, the tallest woman in the world, right? So they don't have like clothes that fits me, right? So it's very hard, and so it has those etchy vibes too, right? But anyway, guys, it is called then Chieri no Koi wa 8 meters, or Cheri's love is 8 meters tall, right? Or like Cheri's love is 8 meters. So yeah, it's a gigantic, super-sized Gyaru. So she of course in these accidents, right, all the time that she has to wear spats, right, because everyone can see her panties on, right. So it feels like it can be a good ecchi anime, and there is certainly some, I guess, fetish, I guess, like a better word, right, for giant, super-sized ladies, right. But I think what this makes extra fun is that, yeah, she's also a Gyaru. I mean, I used to admit I love Gyarus, right. So, but honestly, I read the manga. And the main character, you know, is like her best friend, right? And she's like his side friend and so on. It, to me, it seriously feels like I'm reading, you know, like, what if Marin-chan woke up and was 8 meters tall instead? Because it basically has the same personality. She's genki, right? She's very cheerful. You know what I mean? Obviously it's a trope, right? The Gyaru character is a trope, let's be honest here, by now, right? And people probably know what he can do, right? And in that sense, though, it does remind me of, it reminds me of these isekais, right? To be fair, it definitely does, yeah. So I just want to address that right a little bit. I do think it's kind of funny that, again, we all love Marin, right? Extremely popular female character right now, and I do feel that probably the author is like, how can I, you know, how can I capitalize on this, like, love for this Gyaru chicks? But I have to make my own Gyaru chick. What if she's a vending machine? So this is an isekai that's coming, right? Like, what if obviously was a vending machine? And I do feel that, like, oh, what if the Gyaru, I don't know, can't talk or something? Yeah, like they have to come up with new, you know, scenarios, right, to make it interesting or to make it fresh, right? Yeah, so it's like, but still, I mean, right? If you like Marin and similar characters, you're probably gonna like this 8 meter tall lady, right? Because it's kind of the same thing. Again, it feels like I'm reading Marin, but if Marin was gigantic, right? For that matter, though, let me give you a little short side story here. When I was working at a game company a couple of years ago, me and a colleague, we talked a lot about these isekais, because she is isekais as well as so on. So we actually wrote our own isekai. We're gonna have the dumbest isekai ever. So our idea was, I'll stay my idea now, but this is basically the idea. We wrote it in one day together at the office, we were bored. So basically the idea was that the guy dies, right, and he becomes a coffee machine, right? Yeah, or some other, you know, yeah, coffee machine. And then it's like, but his coffee, he can't fight or whatever, right? But the actual, like, coffee he makes, right, you know, that they can drink, that makes everyone super powerful, right? Especially waifus, right? So it's gonna have this harem hot chicks, right? Like one you raise and some everything, yeah. Because when they drink his coffee, they all get super, energetic and super powerful. Yeah, so they all want to team up with him. So that someone is probably gonna write that soon, right? I was born as a coffee machine, and my coffee makes every woman super thirsty and super powerful, right? Yeah, that's coming soon, guys. I mean, seriously, right? My coffee ECCHI, that's gonna be, it's kind of, but like, I just think it's kind of funny that we're going in a loop here, right? That eventually it's gonna be like, oh, here's a Gyaru, but we already have, of course, gender bender. That's the best thing. Yeah, he's actually a boy, right? Or she used to be a man or whatever. Or I feel the next thing is gonna be like, I'm in love with my classmate that is a Gyaru, but she's actually my father or something. That's gonna be the next. But it's actually my dad from the future or something that has been reborn as a woman that I'm in love with something. Seriously, leave a comment below. What is the next most craziest love romantic? Like, I am in love with my... obviously it's gonna be like my mom or something, yeah. But I think the father is funnier, right? Yeah, it's like my father has been gender bended into a guy who's funnier, but we can probably make it crazier, right? We can make it like, what if it is like, I guess it could be like my grandchild from the future now in our time or something. That probably would happen though, yeah. But preferably it has to be something else too, right? It's like, oh, and she's also a cyborg or something, and half alien, and dragon. There has to be more things. I'm in love with my gender-bended father, who also is a half dragon cyborg. Something like that, guys. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. What is the craziest premise you can come up with? Anyway, I just want to bring some fun Gyaru news, right? And yeah, leave a comment below, right? I have read, I feel, almost every Gyaru and Yankee manga or seen the anime, so right? More or less, or looking for the abs, girls, whatever, yeah. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna bring some fun news about a new manga that I think is gonna be pretty funny. And this manga probably, if it keeps going and successful, it's probably has an anime one day, right? You can see giant Marin anime probably one day in a few years from now. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bring some fun news about Giganto Marin, right? In my guide returns. So yeah, the name again then is Chieri, Love is 8 meters. Of course, in description I read the title and so on, and both in Japanese and English, Romani and so on, so you can find the manga, right? And what do you guys think? It's gonna be a new hit, something? But I think it's interesting, right? Really, I really do, because it combines that, like, okay, what is the new popular kind of girl character, right? And then we take that to the isekai way of like, okay, let's make her like this, right? Because seriously, not that complaining, because obviously it's an ecchi comedy romance manga, right? But when you read the manga, they don't even dwell on why she's a giant. It's just like, oh, she was normal size when we were kids, and now she's an 8 meter, the biggest woman in the world. No one knows why, it's whatever. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah, it's like, whatever, and then her phone is also giant, it drops it, he almost dies and so on, yeah, like, her eraser is giant and so on, yeah, everything is giant, and this is how it is, yeah, but only for her, and somehow the whole country and the government just works around that, they give her own bench, and she just, yeah, whatever, we fix it, so it feels a lot like, honestly, a lot of isekais. Oh, I'm a sword now. Whatever, I'm a sword. I can deal with that, yeah, it's like, whatever. But anyway, please subscribe, press the like button. What do you guys think? Please, check the manga, right? Come back here, and do you think she's gonna be better than Marin? It's gonna be easier to see her panties at least, yeah. It's gonna be easier to see her pantsu. She can't hide them very well at least, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, you guys have a great day.